What's going on, everyone? It is Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe and sound. Today, I wanted to talk about something that pertains to the year of custom binds, and that is upcoming bind projects. These are probably my most anticipated bind projects for the coming year, mostly because they're a different format or something I'm incredibly passionate about. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about before we get into any of this, of course, is to tell you about a few THC things. The first of which is our Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get a chance to win a brand new hardcover comic. It could be an omnibus, it could be an absolute, could be multiple deluxe editions. The minimum that you end up winning is $100 worth of comics. Very exciting stuff happening there. We give away Marvel Digital Comics codes whenever we can, and you get early access to these videos, which is pretty neat if I do say so myself. So there's that. Check that out. We have the link down in the description below. If you're interested in dust jacket designs, custom graphic cover designs, if you're sending your binds into Houchin and you need designs for your graphic covers, we're the people for you. Hit us up at our email. It's down in the description below. Likewise for merch, hats, mugs, shirts. We've got this logo. We've got the new updated logo that you can see in the bottom left hand corner. We've got the logo you saw in the intro, all that fun stuff or are going to see in the intro. A lot of stuff happening. It is the year of the custom bind as well, so please send us your images of custom binds you've had done this year to our email down in the description below. We're going to be sharing those on live streams coming up soon. Very exciting stuff happening in the year of custom binds. The custom bind demon is going to be very happy this year. And without further ado, let's talk about some of the sacrifices I'm going to make to the CBD this year. Alrighty, first up, one of the creators that I've become most passionate about over the past year and a half or so is Simon Sperger, and I'm very excited to be making 2 anthologies collecting his works. One of them is currently at Lehman getting bound. The first Simon Sperger bind collects the 12 issues of Coda, along with the 6-issue miniseries Godshaper. Really love both minis. I've spoken about them in my underrated comics, one of the comic hidden gem videos that we've done. Sort of highlighting some of the lesser known comic books. Very excited to have both of those in an anthology. 18 issues total. I thought it's a good number, not too much gutter loss. You can still appreciate the artwork of Mateus Vergara and Jason Goonface without marring, without having too little within a bind, without having a tiny little anthology bind. And the second anthology is one that I have yet to make, but I'm very excited to make. And that's going to collect Alienated, 6-Gun Gorilla, and another mini that I currently don't have access to because it is at Matt's house in the US and the border is closed. That is Weavers. Very excited to have all those 3 bound in the second anthology. So 2 anthologies for Simon Sperger. That's more than any creator. That's more than Grant Morrison for me already. I'm very excited. I think I like the idea of these anthologies because a lot of creators like Matt Kint, Jeff Lemire, they'll do minis and then you're like, well, I can't bind just 6 issues. That's irresponsible. That's a waste of money. So these anthologies I think are going to be really fun. That's why I'm most excited to be making these 2 Simon Spergers this year. Next up is another manga that I'm going to be taking apart. I've actually already taken it apart as I make this video, and there will be a video going through the process of taking it apart because it is by far the biggest book I've ever taken apart in my life, coming in at 2,400 pages. It is Death Note, the all-in-one edition. I'm splitting up this gigantic it's over 2,400 pages. It's close to 2,500 pages. I'm splitting that up. I'm going to make 3 hardcover manga custom binds that are going to collect that entire thing. I already took it apart. It was insane. It took forever. I'm going to make a video about it that I will release. It's very fun stuff. Very exciting bind prep video for sure. Very exciting stuff there. But I can't wait to have this. I spoke about Planets in the last sort of upcoming bind video that I did. That's another manga I'm having bound this year. And I said, screw it. I'm definitely going all in on hardcover manga binds wherever I can. I have a few series here and there that have just sort of been chilling in my room, so I'm going to get rid of those, take care of those, have them custom bound, not get rid of them, but have them custom bound. So very excited to see how that turns out. That'll be a fun experiment as well. Another set of anthologies that I simply cannot wait for is my Black Label anthologies. What I did is I took a few of the DC Black Label series that were sort of these oversized comics, and I'm having those bound. So the reason I'm so excited about this is because it's going to be my first oversized custom bind. Of course, it's not oversized because I made the pages oversized. They just were that way thanks to DC. But I'm going to have two anthologies. One of them is going to be a hero sort of book. One of them is going to be a villain book. I don't want to give away more details without getting them in my hands myself, because I'm very excited to have a look at them and the way I set them up. I'm very excited to do an overview video on those. But that's going to be a big book for me. I'm very excited about that. I wish DC was making more of those titles, but it doesn't look like there are going to be that many more. So I'll stick at 2 volumes. Very, very excited for that. Oversized custom bind. Why wouldn't I be? And the last book I'm most excited about is probably going to have to be Grant Morrison's Green Lantern. The reason I'm most excited about this, I'm very excited about this, it's one of my most anticipated binds of the year, is not mainly because of the story. I really do enjoy the story. It's not Grant Morrison's best work by any stretch of the imagination, but I really still enjoy it. It's the fact that it's going to be this gigantic bind that I don't usually make huge, massive binds like that. So I'm very excited to do that. I mean, it's going to be like 27 issues collecting season 1 and 2 and the Black Stars mini in between. I think an annual as well that Morrison did. It's going to be a huge book, and for that reason alone, I'm very excited for it. I know there's going to be gutter loss. I know it's not going to be perfect, but what am I supposed to do? Split it up to 15 and 12? I don't know. We'll see. I'm very excited to do that, though. It's going to be a huge, massive book, and for me, those are always very exciting. Like my Exo Manowar by Matt Kint. I absolutely love that book because it's so gigantic and so unusual compared to most of the other binds that I have. So I'm very excited to do that too. Plus, it's just a great story. I really like Green Lantern. I'm excited to have like a green book on my shelf to match my Swamp Thing that has been chilling there for so long. I'm very excited about that. That's going to be going in with my next batch as Green Lantern Season 2 wraps up with issue number 12. So that's about, I don't know, 9 books in total that I'm going to be doing this year those are my most anticipated books of the year for sure. There are a lot of books where I'm anticipating the content to reread the content a lot more, but in terms of the designs and putting them together and seeing how they turn out, I can't wait for all these books that I mentioned. But let me know down in the comments below, let us know down in the comments below, and everyone else know what custom binds you're most excited about in the future. If these sparked any ideas for you, let us know down in the comments below. If you're looking for dust jackets or graphic covers for your custom binds, we do that sort of design work. Hit us up at our email. It's $10 per design. Chump change, nothing, next to nothing anyway. So hit us up at our email. We're usually really quick with responses. We're really quick with getting stuff done too. I try to be anyway. But there's a lot of fun stuff happening there. Check out our Patreon as well. If you're interested, you could win a hardcover comic, an omnibus, and absolute multiple deluxe editions. At the end of every month, we do a drawing. So for every dollar you give, you get an entry into the drawing. The more money you give, the more entries into the drawing you get. A minimum of $100 is what we spend. So crazy stuff happening. There are a lot of really fun stuff being given away. Early access to these videos, digital codes as well. It's wild what's happening over there. But thank you all very much for tuning in. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic. I know I rambled quite a bit about these custom binds, but I'm very excited about them. It's the year of custom binds, and it's a very exciting year for that reason. But without further ado, thank you all very much for tuning in. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic. Until next time, as always, you stay classy, Internet.